Hey guys, it's Troy here. I want to do something just a little bit different today. I haven't done a pen mail video in a while. Well, one of the reasons is I haven't had a whole lot of pen mail, but just because I've changed some of my budgeting on purpose, and so doing things just a wee bit different. But I did have a significant pen mail day today. Not as in like huge, but as in pretty wicked cool. So, wanted to share with you some of that, and one of the things I wanted to emphasize for you. Newton pens. If you're familiar with Sean Newton and Newton pens, I mean, I've bought from Sean in the past. He's done some custom work for me in particular, and it took a long while for that to come because he's a busy dude making a lot of pens for a lot of people. And it's really kind of cool because, he did what a model he calls the Shinobi. And I named it Obi-Wan, so it's my Obi-Wan Shinobi, and I've shared that here in a video in the past. Well, I have also participated in a good many of his auctions. At one time he had all the auctions hosted on his own website. Now he just does them on eBay, so you can look for them, but Newton Pens right here. NewtonPens.com, and if you want to click on his auction pages or his scholarship page, he can direct you to some of the auctions that he does. And I've won a good many of them over the years, and some have gone a little more than I'm willing to pay, but I also realize it's for charity. For those of you who don't know, Sean Newton used to be a high school teacher. And he literally has a scholarship fund, and he gives away scholarship money every year to students going into college. And that's what you participate in when you make purchases through the auctions of donated pens. Some are his own pens, some are pens that are donated to him for the specific purpose of auctioning them off, and the proceeds go towards a scholarship fund. So every so often I go, yeah, even if I overpay a little bit for it, okay, I'm willing to do that. And I overpaid slightly for what I've got, but I don't care. It was still reasonable. But over the years, I've won a bunch of different auctions. So, I get little notes, for instance, on the back of his card here. Sean tries to personalize it a little bit. So I got a box from him that I know is coming. And so I got a batch of 3 pens in this particular auction. Sometimes they're Chinese pens, sometimes they're custom-made pens, sometimes they're brand name pens that you would know. And there have been some vintage, some modern, and there have been pen cases that I've won through their auctions and that kind of stuff. But what was in the auction box today were these 3 pens. I was only interested in one of them, and the other 2 didn't care much about. These are both ballpoints. They're both Sheaffer ballpoints, and you can see the white dot there on the Sheaffers, and they both have ink cartridges in them. This one's a push down on the clip to actuate, and this one's a nice twist actuation. Neither one of these really write. You can get just a little bit of light fading line, so I'm going to see if I can either get these cartridges to write, or the replacement cartridges for ballpoints. I've got a bunch of them here, and I did a video on that some time ago, but none of the replacements will work in these. Don't get me wrong, they actually fit in the pens, but they're a little too long. So you actually would have the ballpoint sticking out further then they are supposed to retract within that pen. So I'll either buy some appropriate refills, because they are branded Sheaffer refills to go in these Sheaffer pens, and I believe the refills that I've got are Parker refills, and I know I've got some Cross refills as well that are never going to work anyway. But my youngest son, Benjamin, likes ballpoints. Okay, so I've given him a bunch of ballpoints for him to have and to play with, and so he's been collecting those, whereas Matthew and myself and my wife tend to enjoy fountain pens. So I'll see if I can get these going and maybe give those to my youngest son. And then there is this one, which is an old Esterbrook from the 1940s. It's a really excellent shape. I mean, great condition. It actually has a fine, stiff, or a firm, fine nib on it. Not something I want, and quite honestly, I've got a bunch of Esterbrooks already in my collection. I don't really need any more. And this one isn't, like I said, it's in great condition. It's good, it's clean, the sack is pliable. I have not opened it up to take a look at it to see how well it works. I haven't inked it up yet either. I just got it today. But I actually have some people who have shown an interest in purchasing some of my Esterbrooks. I can't believe it's been this long, but a year, 2 years ago, I actually bought a bunch of Esterbrooks, and I had every intention of refurbishing them all. And they were all in really good condition, so I was going to fix them up, put new sacks on them, and give you your choice of nibs so you can pick which Esterbrook pen you wanted and which nib you wanted with it of whatever was left over, and sell them to just you, my viewers. So I've got a couple of them that I finished a while back that are ready to go. I've got some more, and I've been kind of getting more motivated now to get back into doing it. So this may get torn apart and inspected thoroughly. And I got, like I said, at auction. I've got a bunch. So I'm not really interested in keeping it. I am more interested in seeing it get into the hands of other people who can like them, enjoy them, experience some vintage pens, who have never really had the opportunity maybe to have a good old American Esterbrook pen at a decent price. And I was going to price them where it was going to be worth my while to attempt to sell them, and at the same time be less than you're probably going to find them elsewhere, and not try to make a huge killing on it, enough to get my money back and just enough for my materials, and maybe a few bucks to take my wife out to dinner kind of thing. So Sean Newton, newtonpens.com. Check out his auctions there. The next pen I'm going to show you is one that I am going to do a full video of eventually. And today is just an introduction to it because it just showed up today as well. And antiquedigger.com, you've heard me mention him a lot lately. This was a fresh purchase from him that I made at retail, minus my discount code. And if you're not using discount codes, you should. AntiqueDigger.com, discount code Troy gets you 10% off all your purchases. I use my own discount codes when I go shopping there. All right. A bunch of you have heard the name Platinum. No, not the Japanese manufacturer, the English manufacturer, or Platignum, if you will. They couldn't use the name Platinum because of marketing laws in the UK about what goes into the pen or into a material, so they had to change the spelling of it, so it became Platignum. I like saying it that way just because it's a lot more fun. So don't correct me on it. I know it's how it's supposed to be pronounced. I just prefer to pronounce the G because it's there. But anyway, Platinum used to be Mentmore, M-E-N-T-M-O-R-E. And in the 1930s, they were producing pens. And there's a whole history. I'll get in more into the history. And if you want to know more, go to richardspens.com, and you can read a whole article on them. And I'll share that with you when I do the full-on video of it. But this one here was really neat. This was a vintage pen that I picked up. And look at that really cool looking lizard skin print that is on there. I just thought that was outstanding looking. It was good, it was clean, great condition, crisp. The imprint's still there. Everything about it seemed to be really decent. It seemed to have a broader nib on it, so it's not just like a medium style nib on it, and it's a button filler. So for those of you who are really familiar with some of the Parkers, like the Duofold, or maybe some of the Arnold replicas, then it's a button filler. And it's interesting because that's all plastic there. It's not metal, and it's dark plastic, but it works. And the whole idea of a button filler is there is a metal bar that acts kind of as a spring. You press the button, it depresses that bar, which depresses an ink sac. Instead of a lever filler, you just press that button that depresses a bar on top of that sac. And it's got a really good looking nib on it too. And I'm not going to show you everything about it now, but I have been using this particular pen today. I inked it up and I put some, because of that gray lizard print on it, I went ahead and put it diamineral gray. So I took this to a business meeting. I just got home, literally, within the past 10, 15 minutes from a town that I live in. I volunteer on their planning board. And I took this to my planning board meeting. And I was using it today as I was scribbling notes on the agenda and some of the things that came up. Along with this one, you just saw a video on that. And that was my Parker 45 in the insignia. So these two came with me and sat in a planning board meeting. And anybody who was watching him on a Facebook Live may or may not have caught it. I don't know. I don't watch myself on Facebook Live as I'm sitting there in a meeting. So anyway, that's my pen mail. So that's it. Just a quick video because I felt like getting it out to you and seeing what's out there. But I really wanted to let you know about Newton Pens and their auctions. I've talked about it previously, but I wanted to bring it up again. I encourage you to get involved in bidding on some stuff. I mean, I've seen everything: Gin House, Twisby's, Pelicans. I've seen all kinds of different varieties and brands on Sean's auctions. So you never know what you can get. Sometimes I've gotten stuff fairly cheap. Kind of surprised me how cheap I got some things, and other stuff the price went a little higher than I would normally pay, but it's for charity and it's going to help some kid go to college. So I figured, why not? And then obviously Antique Digger, that one just popped up, and I said, I don't see Mentmores like anywhere. I don't think I've ever touched a Mentmore. So let's go ahead and get it, A, out of curiosity, because I've never had a Mentmore, and B, I know that you don't run across them very often. So the forerunner to Platinum, or Platinum, if you will. Hey, got some giveaways coming up. There are 2 giveaways I've already talked about that I've got a Jim Hines custom pen, one of his Ertz models that I'll be giving away here not too long from now. It's coming. I talked about it several videos back, and there's a reason I haven't talked about it much here recently, but it is coming forth. Just keep watching. Also, the DC Pen Show, my wife and I have been talking about going, and we haven't booked our hotel yet. I probably need to get on it if we're going to do it, but we need to decide what day that we're going up. We think we're going to go to the DC Pen Show. The big difference and the big thing that's keeping us back is, man, we got to take all the kids to this one because of other activities that are going on with whoever would be doing our child care. No, can't do it. The mother-in-law can slide by and can let the dogs out a couple times during the day maybe and feed the fish, but she's not going to be able to watch our critters, or as in the kids, at least the youngest. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be a challenge in more ways than one to end up with both of my boys at the DC Pen Show. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see what else. Also coming up, maybe I'll be giving away a Pilot Vanishing Point. I've been thinking about when would be the appropriate time for that, and that's coming up too. But other than that, don't know what else to tell you. Just keep watching. Keep subscribe if you haven't already. If you want a Fountain Pen Fanatic, which is the URL for this channel, fountainpenfanatic.com t-shirt, there will be a link below in the description. Just spread the word. I basically priced them about as low as I can reasonably price them. Then they only allow me to charge so little for them. So anyway, let's see. That's it. That's all I can think of. So that's pen mail. Keep watching. I got some more videos. I got some more antique Sheaffers that are coming up. And I've got a couple other videos that I've been planning for a while. Some I've gotten to, some I haven't. I've also got some more pens that I'm going to fix up that were part of that lot that I bought from Antique Digger some time ago. They're sitting here in my drawer. I just haven't gotten to them here yet, but they are forthcoming as well. Thanks for watching. Spread the word. And look forward to talking at you during my next video. Bye.